So the door from the garage, I came in, and to my left, it was the back door, and the door was like open. It was like people pulling, let's go, let's go, let's go. You gotta go, you gotta go. I think I dropped one of the bags, and I still have my one bag with my favorite shirt. The favorite thing I like to put on. I love to wear it. And I looked outside, and my fiance was standing outside by a red Corvette. I think it was a Corvette. Just know that it was a red car, 2-door. There was no trunk. There was no trunk. And he was standing there by it like, you coming or what? Let's go. And I said, oh. I was like, oh, there really isn't any room and for anything. And in my head, I kept thinking, maybe I can just take a bag. I can still maybe take this bag and shove it. And it was like, there's no room even for this bag. It was like, either I go or I stay with this mess. Because wherever I was going, it was somewhere important. It had to be. My man was standing there, a brand new Corvette I'd never seen before in my life. Looked like we were going to go off and right into the sunset. So that lets me know I broke the dream down. And this is for someone, you know. It's called leave behind your baggage. Leave behind. It seemed like everything that I thought that it was mine, or that it was like God came in and stirred all that up. And that goes from years ago. That goes from my divorce and different things. He stirred that up quick and was like, And that's how life is sometimes. Life isn't always what we think it's going to be. It just doesn't always be that way, but it is beautiful experience. So me running from that house, the house that I thought was mine and I loved, and me being kicked out pretty much is what that looked like. And falling down into this basement, all the way down. You got to dig deep down with all these baggages. That's what I want to talk about. All that stuff I had bought already. It was already paid for. There's no need to drag it anymore. Not to your new day. You can't. There's no need. If you want to go to the next level and move and see things that you've never seen before, then you cannot continue to hold on to the same shit. I literally got from that dream, everything had to stay back there. There's some things that you need to let go. And for a lot of people, it's a lot, actually. It's not a little bit. We think we're running around here doing the best that we can. Oh, yeah, girl, and sugarcoating. If you would have seen that, all those bags, and you understand the interpretations of baggage, you would have been like, damn. I think it's time to go ahead and soul search for some of you guys. It's time to drop everything. It's time to let it go. All the past stuff that you've been holding on to, that you love to wear. You love to wear it. See, that's what those shirts represented. The loving to wear these things. Do you know that people like to wear baggage? Because if it was that special, none of that stuff would have been in bags. No one puts things that they really cherish and love in plastic bags. No one does that. Most people hang their things up or fold them up and put them in the dresser because it's important. But this indicates that these things in these bags, see, there were material things in these bags. So material things can be replaced. These are things that you can rebuy. They're not that important to where you just have to drag it along. The point in this one is, see, it's not the word to say, oh, drop things behind and all this stuff. The word is you cannot take anything from the past with you, period. Nothing. You can't take anything. Nothing. That's the word. It's baggage. And all you're doing is weighing things down, carrying all these damn baggage around. The house wasn't even yours, so it shows you didn't even settle. Because I said, for some reason, for the whole year or something, I couldn't even settle in this house. I couldn't put my stuff in there. And that's where it was the whole time. My stuff was down there in the basement the whole time. So the whole time, I'm sitting here perpetrating, living this life, then took somebody's shit, took somebody's house, or somebody gave it to me, somebody who wasn't supposed to. You know what I mean? But the point was, I'm like trying to figure out why things aren't making sense. Because you're sitting there like, well, I'm in the house. I'm here. I'm doing the things. I got the this. I got the man. I got the la 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 la. But something's not working. Like something doesn't seem right. It's not fitting, right? Right? That's how it is. It's like it's just not right. And it's because you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there anymore. We have to move alone, and there's no way we should have all that baggage accumulating and then have the nerve to try to carry around still with us after trying to do new things, marry new people, buy new houses. So, you have a lot. You have a lot that you need to drop and get rid of. You have to go. You will not be able to move forward in your life, in your world, in your marriage, in your anything. You won't even be happy with yourself completely if you're stuck on thinking about these bags. Because originally in the dream, I didn't even know that anybody else was there. Because I was so stuck at saying, why is my bags here? And why is my stuff here? What's going on? And that's what a lot of you guys are doing. You guys are literally wandering around with exactly that mindset. You're looking at your pain. You're like, man, this happened to me when I was a kid. These people did this to me. My wife did this. My husband did this. And la 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 la. That's bags and bags, right? And bags. And when I was little, and that's more bags. And then my sister, and that's more bags, right? It's just baggage and baggage. You're just carrying it on. You know, you're carrying it. It's baggage and baggage. Why are they here in the basement that you thought was yours? First of all, why are you in this basement that's not yours? And why is your shit in the basement that is not yours? None of it's yours anymore. Because you're getting chased. You don't know where them people are. They could be waiting anytime. You go down, you see your shit in a house that you thought was yours. In a place, a comfort, a stability. You thought this was it. You thought this was you. Somebody gave it to you. You didn't work for it. You didn't do anything. Somebody just gave you a house. You assumed it was yours because somebody just gave you something, put something on you, put you in something. Somebody put you in something, and instead of you, trying to figure out, should I be here or not? You just took it, started just living on in it anyways, even though people's shit was all over the place. It was not your stuff. It was not your stuff. It was not your house. And you just living all on in there, all happy. You enjoy the feel of it, even though you knew it wasn't yours. And then you get chased out. No one said why I had to leave. No one said why you had to get out of there. But the point was, you were just being chased and about to be murdered. Maybe someone was coming to rescue and to say, hey, get out of here before you lose your life being stuck at looking at this mess, because it's all set up in somebody else's stuff anyway. It wasn't supposed to be your home. It was just a temporary spot that you stopped at that you wasn't supposed to be at. Being raised a certain way, being brought up or hurt in pain, that's not your destiny. That's not your spot. That's not where you're supposed to be. That's not you. And that's where we get lost at. We think that because we were presented, thrown into something, given something, we literally think that this is the place we were supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to be. Like, well, my mama ain't shit. I guess I ain't shit. I've heard people say stuff like that. I've heard people say craziness like that. My dad, this and that and that. Just whatever it is. I've heard them say things that pertain to the pain that they've been through and them rationalizing why they're staying in it. Like it's normal because they've been up in there. I mean, you should have seen. I had that dream for a year or two, and it was pretty normal that I thought it was mine, but I should have known it was uncomfortable. It was weird. Isn't that uncomfortable? It's uncomfortable. It's somebody else's shit. You never got to move it, even though you're like, this is what I'm used to. This is what they gave me. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to take it. Thank you. You think you're supposed to just take it, but that's the thing. You're not supposed to just take anything. It's time to go. That's why you see your bags there. Your bags, everything you accumulated, all the stuff that you feel is important or things that you carry with you, good and bad. Some things, even good things, we can let go and refocus our mind on other things. You know what I mean? It's time to let it go. Everything that you built up in your brain and in your mind, and to think that this has to be like this and that has to be like that, and I need this and I have to have this and I have to talk about my pain, and you remember when this and you remember when and you remember when. You don't need none of it. It's unnecessary. You don't need it. If you want a life that's fulfilling and that's rescuing and protected and all that, you're going to have to let go of some shit, because if you keep carrying this shit, you're way down. You can't go anywhere. You can't fit into the motherfucking Corvette with no bags. And who the hell is putting a plastic bag in a Corvette? It just doesn't go together. So it's time out. All that whining and crying and woe me, it's time to take responsibility now. And you have to make the decision if you're going to go left or right. Are you going to stay in this bullshit ass shit that somebody else created, that you allowed yourself to get used to? And then when shit go all awry, when you see your shit and your mess, are you going to stay and keep looking and keep pouting and crying about why me and people this and people that? Or are you going to take control of your freaking life and be like, damn, I did have that stuff. And look at all this stuff. It's too much. I can't even handle it. So you know what? I'm just going to drop it. And I'm just going to let God lead me. I don't even know where I'm going. All I know is people who are protecting me, my angels, my ancestors, God. All I know is that they're here leading me. That's why the lady came out of the blue and said, hey, it's time to go. That's not the devil. That's God. And you over here like, what? Go where? God, listen, go where God tells you to go. That's where you're going. You're going where the Spirit leads you. You're not going where you were pushed to be at or what you was brought up at, because that's where a lot of trouble comes from. A lot of people are having trouble with their spirituality, with their life, and the reason why the battle is so hard is because you want to be different and you want to be authentic, and it's hard to be authentic when you think you have to hold on to all this baggage or to this house that someone else put you in. You just got to be able to step out on faith and be able to want to drop this stuff.